All right, round number 3. We want a die roll. Things are looking up. Okay, have the classic Jabberwocky curve. Okay, Soul Skirmage. Lightning Strike or Harvester? I guess you can just strike it back, so do it this way. I don't know. Seems reasonable. No Hazoret. So that's always nice. Let's actually keep track of the opponent's hand instead of not. So that's 17. Probably not going to need this Panharmonicon this game. Just leave this back. If he does draw like a shock for this, I'll probably just trade this off. Even though it gives him the Lightning Strike back, it takes consistent damage off the board. It's going to play Harvester probably. I get to Hostage Taker it. Okay. Things are going pretty well. Oh, really? I guess this makes sense. Gets a 2 damage. And the Kenra is probably better than the champion. So we kind of are sweating him drawing removal. I guess a Hazoret could be bad, but he can't attack with it this turn. And Hazoret's only like so good because I can eventually Scarab God back the Hostage Taker after blocking it to eat it. Oh, that was nice. Should cast this first. Doesn't really matter, but Harvester. We'll attack for 1 here. Send a message. The Freebooter is not great on defense. Yeah, if he draws an Abrade, that's one of the ways he wins, and I don't want to trade 1 for 1 because he could like. I guess if he abrades, well, if he had an Abrade, he would have used it, which means if he draws an Abrade, he won't have a land to also Lightning Strike. So that's nice. Okay, so now we don't know anything in his hand. Presumably he's got like a Hazoret. I think I want to play the Scarab God, because if he does, if presumably the Hazoret is what he has, then like I can just block with Hostage Taker and steal it. And I can take his Kenra and start dealing him damage that way. A pretty safe spot. I actually like think that he probably can't win from here. Because Hazoret doesn't do anything, and he's got no way of beating a... Generally, they have no way of beating a Scarab God on a stable board, so... Okay, mono red. The Etherborns, the Harvesters, the Contempts, and I think Fatal Push is reasonable. Keep in mind, though, like I don't have great ways of killing Crasher with it, just the Field of Ruin. So we cut the Panharmonicons because he's going to have a Braid. And I'm not actually sure about Bane Whip. It's like okay, but very lackluster. Oh, right, we board out Dusk Zealot, right? Because it deals us damage. Yeah, Fatal Push has to be better than the Zealot. I don't actually hate Gonti, but I'm bringing a lot of 4-drops. Champion of Wits is also not great. I just don't think Bane Whip is that good. I guess it does neutralize Soulscar Mage and kill Bomet Courier, and it's okay against Pia. So maybe I just don't want Dusk Legion at all. It's actually weird because it's like, it's weirdly okay against like Kenra and Bomet and stuff. They don't want to use removal on it. Wonder if Gearhulk's just too slow. The reason I like Gearhulk though is because it's like one of my best ways of dealing with Glorybringer. But I am boarding in for Vraska's Contempt. Yeah, let's cut one Gearhulk from this. Let's leave the one Zealot in. Possible. Yeah, let's put a Duress instead. I think that cutting out 6-drop for a 1-drop is pretty reasonable when I'm on the draw, especially when they're probably going to have a bunch of. I think I'm going to keep. Well, yeah, sure, I'll keep. It's kind of loose, but I've got a lot of cards that cost 2 or less I can draw, and even if I don't, I'm not necessarily dead because I've got the double Chupacabra and the out to Hazoret. I guess the problem is I need lands as well, so maybe I should have mulliganed this hand. He's got a really fast start. I'm just super dead. So we basically need a 2-drop here. But yeah, like this, for instance, situation, Zealot would be really good. Okay, we're just dead. Whoops. That's probably... I made better decisions, I guess. Though I'm not... We'll see what 3-drop he has. It's not a Crasher, so that's good. Harvester and Pia are both bad. I think I'd prefer him to have a Pia. He's got a Direfleet Daredevil. Okay. Doesn't do that much. So I can stabilize this board by just raining Chupacabras down. Well, that's gross. Ooh, Magma Spray, that hurts. Yeah, I think I'd actually just spewed a bunch of percentage points by keeping a loose hand. Now I'm just thoroughly dead. I suppose I could actually win if I draw land. Kill the Bomat. I'm at 8 life, though, and I have to draw land. Okay. Don't think I can let the Bomat continue. I think I'm just... Am I just dead on board to a land? I am. 3. Okay, Bomat. I think I'm dead to that, too, because that's basically the same thing as a land. Yeah, that was stupid. I actually feel pretty stupid. Because I feel like that draw could have been easily beaten by, like, Gifted Etherborn or a Kitesail Freebooter on turn 2. So that was my bad. That's the kind of hand that used to be keeps in standard. Like, oh, I've got, but now with the scry rule and decks just being so powerful, it just can't be right. So it's much less likely to happen to me on the draw. Champion of Wits is weird because it exists at this mana where I'm like, my other cards are so much better that I almost think that, like, I'm very unlikely to eternalize them in this matchup. I think that Dusk Legion Zealot might even be better. And I don't mind Gearhulk as much now that I'm on the play. So maybe I cut the Duress for it. Because I don't want to... Basically, you waste a lot of initiative when you're on the play and you spend your mana on Duress. Like, that 1 mana you're not spending to develop the board at all. I think this has to be a mulligan, right? I do have the cycle land, but I've got 2 lands that come into play tapped. This is not going to be a fast draw. This is not going to be the Chandra. It's only good against like a Hazoret draw. Okay, we'll mulligan. Oh, this hand is... It's It's hard to say that this hand is better. Because that blue land on top is a pretty big game. I'm really hoping for a Bowmat here and not a Soulscar Mage. Okay, well that's step one. Now I'm hoping for like a Kenra or nothing, not a Karizev. And then we're kind of in business. If we just hit lands to 5, we might be able to win with the Scarab God. I guess I can actually kill, I can kill the Karizev with the Bane Whip, but it's not a 2 for 1. Just want to keep drawing lands. If I draw land, I don't want to say I'm favored because there's a lot of stuff you could have, but like a guaranteed turn 5 Scarab God against him is generally pretty good. He does have black, so he could have like Unlicensed Disintegration or a way to otherwise deal with Scarab God. So, to be greedy or not? I actually think I'm going to... I've got a lot of cards I can draw. Yeah, we'll play the Dusk Legion Zealot. I should have done this first in case I drew Fetid Pools. But this just increases the chance I draw a land. And I also have a lot of 2-drops in my deck. Like, if I draw Gifted Etherborn, if I draw Kitesail Freebooter, it's both good. This lines up a little worse against a Chandra, but like if he goes Chandra plus, I can just Bane Whip his Bowmat and attack it and have it completely under control. Rekindling Phoenix. Okay. That's what I needed last turn. Now all of a sudden, my good draw became awkward real quick. So I think what I'm supposed to do is just... I could play the Bane Whip, or I could play Gifted Etherborn. I think I'm just going to play Gifted Etherborn. To try to race. He's very likely to have an Abrade or something. But in the scenario where he doesn't, it's like kind of game winning. He could also have a Glorybringer. So yeah, maybe it's a bad play actually to play this. Yeah, I'm dead. That sucks. I really shouldn't have thrown away that first game. This go big plan is so good against me. I just like can't win. I can't. Well, I guess I could draw like Running Vraska's Contempts. Oh, I guess I have Chupacabra to kill this maybe. Another Etherborn. Everything was ordered so wrong. Probably should have attacked for 2 last turn. Really don't like my odds here. Chandra, okay. Kills the Gifted Etherborn. Don't think I have outs. That is really unfortunate. This definitely is not going to be an easy matchup generally, which might make this deck bad. But I'm just dead. Maybe those Bane Whips are bad. It's pretty close to winning that game handily, though. I mean, I had to mulligan into a pretty bad hand, so that happens.